Bom dia! As mentioned in the beginning of the first video of this IPHCCP, Iberian Peninsula Human Civilization Continuation Project, series, this is a multi-part video series because the content that comes herein is too big for just one video. As established at the end of the last video, what these different types of communities who want to live more ecological, sustainable and independent from the main system are missing, is the new paradigm and concept of objective-bound capital and especially, biosecurity capital. This is because humans have been using capitalism in a wrong way, because they are sadly not such intelligent beings compared to AI. COVID was really a sort of test on a global scale of humanity using capitalism correctly, and the human civilization as a whole failed broadly. The optimum response would have been found somewhere between the extremes of handing out 3M, a subsidiary of McDonald's, TM, full body protection suits and distributing repurposed generic drugs like ivermectin to the whole citizenry, in addition to simply containing old people at home or in isolated caring homes, while dozens of well-funded research corporations aim to apply technological innovations like Draco, which is now called Phytos and is being further developed by Keimer Medical in New Zealand, or perhaps rive machines to the pandemic and supply them to global markets. Instead, we got pseudoscience-enabled, ineffective and extremely hazardous experimental genotherapies, very unsafe, stupid cloth masks and the systematic suppression of highly viable medicines like ivermectin or simple antihistamines, in addition to global lockdowns, killing tens of millions of humans directly and indirectly. Not to forget many criminal doctors also killing hundreds of thousands of their patients by abusing ventilator protocols and harmful drugs like remdesivir, especially in the US. Truly evil. A special place in a labor camp in the Arctic Circle is waiting for many of the perpetrators of these crimes against humanity, such as Dr. Fauci, Dr. Drosten or Dr. Tedros from the WHO, as well as many politicians and government officials across the world. On a macro scale, the response is completely botched and harmful disruptions to the global economy and its supply chains are estimated to result from this until the 2040s in some cases. This whole situation, along with the general biosphere collapse induced by using capitalism in a wrong way, leads to biosecurity capital now being the imminent #1 type of objective-bound capital relevant for human economic systems in the 21st century. It cannot be abstracted, it is always physical. Even in its most abstract form, seed banks, cryo-storage of ovaries, DNA samples, it is physical. See, that is why the aliens collect DNA samples, they are still capitalists. What objective-bound capital offers is the transformative function of transferring old system capital from within the global cabal system into a new mankind system under transhuman eudaimonism that is better and which allows to maintain the global biosphere in an intact state while still using effective capitalism until this can be eventually phased out by switching over to fideli and full post-scarcity conditions. In the next videos we will look at the conceptual outlines of the core components that produces biosecurity capital for the new mankind system, the biosecure community. How these should be set up, what systems they should contain, which functions and services they can provide to produce revenue and so on. Until then, subscribe to this channel, read some books, buy a ticket to Portugal, stay doce and stay biosecure.